Good morning, dear friends. Today we shall go with the second critique or author or the philosopher that is prescribed in your second paper, the critical theory for MA final. And this author or the philosopher is Bharat Muni or Bharata, who has written Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra is the same critical theory as we have read Aristotle's critical theory on poetry through poetics. The book that Aristotle has given us, that is the poetics. Here, the book that Bharata Muni has given us is Natya Shastra. And in this Natya Shastra, because it's a long one, we don't have the full book to study or to go through, but you have been prescribed only two chapters from this book. That is chapter number 6 and 7, in which we have the theory of rasas, theory of rasadhyay by Bharata Muni. So you have to be very clear in your mind while going through this book or this text or this uh, critical theory. This is also written about the play, about poetry, about drama, etc. So, in today's lecture, I will give you the meaning of Natya Shastra, give you the introduction of Natya Shastra, as well as a little meaning of the theory of rasas. And then in our next videos, we will discuss the different kinds of rasas and what they implies. Right? So, okay, now let's see that Natya Shastra is the earliest literature on music and drama. So basically, it is on music and drama. Kindly note it. And this is the earliest literature. This is the earliest Indian literature written on music and drama. And it was written somewhere around 500 BC before Christ by Bharata Muni. सो इंडियन फिलोसोफर भारत मुनि के द्वारा जो है कि ये नाट्य शास्त्र लिखा गया है एंड दैट वी हैव बीन स्टडिंग इन योर MA फाइनल. It comprises 6,000 couplets in Sanskrit. So it is basically written in Sanskrit language. And there are more than 6,000 couplets in Sanskrit. And they are spreaded over 36 chapters. So 36 chapters are there and 6,000 couplets in all are there in Natya Shastra. And the focus is on dance and drama as well as with music, because dance again is associated with music. So, with music as an aid. So, it is about the music, about the dance and drama. Okay? As the title, that is the Natya Shastra. It is made of the two words Natya, Shastra. So, Natya refers to the technique of dance. Natya means natak, dance, drama, technique of dance. And Shastra, Shastra means science. It refers to science. So, Natya Shastra is a science of dance and drama. It's a science that tells us about the technique of drama and dance. Okay? And what else it describes? What Natya Shastra describes is one, relation between director and audience. Because there is a technique of dance and drama, it is a science. So it tells us about the relation between director and audience. So when the dance is performed, there is the director. When the play is performed, there is a director. And audience are always there. So what is the relationship between director and audience? It is described in Natya Shastra. It also describes the structuring a play, how to structure a play, as we have seen in Aristotle. He has also given us the structure of a play, 6 constituents part of the play, drama, tragedy. It also tells us about the acting techniques, how the action can be done better or performed in a better way. Costumes and makeup. It also describes about the different type of costumes and makeup which are done for the success or for the beauty of the play. So Natya Shastra also tells about the costumes, Veshbhusa or makeup. It also tells us about music and musical instruments to be used, what kind of the musical instruments will be used for the play. Just like it is a tragedy, then the different music will be there. If it is a comedy, then it will be different. If it is a dance of humor, it will be different. If it is dance of happiness, the technique or the instruments will be different. If there is the lamentation, the instrument will be different. If there is a cry for war, if there is motivation for war, then the musical instrument will definitely be different, because the different musical instruments creates the different emotions in our mind, right? So the dimensions of the stage and its decorations with lighting, it also tells us. So Natya Shastra also tells us about the stage, how the stage should be made and how the decorations with lighting should be done, and size of the hall where the audience are sitting, and the sitting arrangement of the audience also. So the director and producers of play mentions that its relevance is high even in this date and age. Therefore, the Natya Shastra's relevance is absolutely and immensely in this date and age. Every critic once refers to Natya Shastra, gives the reference of the Natya Shastra, whatever he writes, while, while writing about poetry and theory, because this is the one of the important book or important shastra on drama. right? Then, as we come to know that there are 36 chapters in all, Bharat Muni has constructed. First three chapters deal with the origin of drama, the erection of theatre, the worship of the stage. Fourth chapter deals with varieties of dance, and the chapter fifth devoted to the conduct of Purvanga or the preliminary rites. And sixth and seventh chapter that is related to our point, or our topic, that is rasaj. And rasaj means sentiments and bhavas, as well as it is also related to bhavas. And bhavas means emotions. So, we will basically study about sentiments and emotions, about rasas and bhavas. Ras और भाव, क्या भाव है उससे क्या रस है, जैसा भाव है उससे वैसा रस निकलता है. So known as the Rasadhyay and Bhavadhyay. So ras sentiments, they are called Rasadhyay in this book, and Bhavadhyay for bhavas, and they respectively and together bring out the concept of bhav and ras theory of Bharat Muni. So both of Rasadhyay and Bhavadhyay, they bring the concept of bhav and rasa theory of Bharat Muni. Okay? So the concept of rasa is unique to Indian poetics and dramatics. And it is essentially a creation of Indian genius, Bharata. So see the genius of Indian personalities, great men, who 2500 years back wrote about drama and poetry. He presented rasa formula in context to Natya in his Natya Shastra. So rasa theory is in the context of Natya, in the context of drama in Natya Shastra. Later on, the Rasa Sutra became the touchstone for all the poetics. So Ras became the touchstone, the essential item of any poetics or any poetry, any critical theory. The aim of a dramatic performance, the drama is there. What is the aim of dramatic performance? Is, what is that? Aristotle has also agreed to that point. What is the purpose of the drama? The purpose of the drama is to evoke the emotions. We have read already. So here, Bharat Muni also tells that the purpose of or the aim of a dramatic performance is to evoke sentiment or rasa. Sentiment or ras in the mind of Sahridya or the learned audience. Sahridya means here audience. So in the mind of the audience, sentiment and rasa is aroused by the dramatic performance, and this is the purpose. According to Natya Shastra, the major purpose of drama, dance, ritual and poetry is catalytic in that aesthetic performance should provoke an emotion that is already present in members of the audience. So the emotion that is already in the mind of the audience is provoked or evoked or aroused by dance and drama or the poetry. And from that emotion, we have the rasas. Then the ras come out, then the sentiments come out. The word rasa or ras, now we see the meaning of ras, is derived from the root रशा, अर्थात जो रस जो होता है, और उसका मीनिंग अपन जानते हैं कि रस क्या है, हिंदी में भी बोलते हैं रस। रस मीन्स जूस, जूस का जैसे अपन रस लेते हैं। टेस्ट है, फ्लेवर को रस कह सकते हैं कि रस आ गया मुझे, रस मीन्स मज़ा आ गया, ये भी अपन बोलते हैं। टेस्ट आ गया, उसको भी रस कहते हैं। इसमें रस नहीं है अर्थात ये स्वादिष्ट नहीं है, इसमें फ्लेवर नहीं है, ये इसमें जूस नहीं है, इसमें रेलिश नहीं है। दैट इज़ वॉट वी कॉल द एक्सट्रैक्ट ऑफ ए फ्रूट इज रेफर्ड टू एज रसा। जैसे फ्रूट का जो जूस निकलता है उसको अपन कहते हैं रस। मैंने गन्ने का रस पिया, मैंने जो है कि पाइन एप्पल का रस पिया, रस मीन्स जूस। सो सेम when you get the rasas from the drama, when your sentiments are aroused, when your emotions are aroused, bhav, jo bhav already that is in our mind, that is evoked by the drama or the poetry, and then the result is the rush. In a metaphorical sense, it refers to the emotional experience of beauty in poetry and drama. And the ultimate goal, purpose of writing, presenting and viewing a play is to experience rasa realization. रस की ही अनुभूति करना एक बहुत बड़ा जो है कि किसी भी ड्रामा, किसी भी राइटिंग, किसी भी गोल का पर्पज, अल्टीमेट गोल जो है कि प्ले का यही होता है। Any drama, any play, any poetry that we read, that is staged, that is played, what is the purpose? The purpose is to arouse the emotions that are already in the mind of the audience, and from those emotions the rasas come out, sentiments come out. Bharat Muni expounded the relationship between performers and audience. He also tells us about the relationship between performer, actors who are acting on the stage, the audience who are sitting and enjoying the actions. So he expounded the relationship between performers and audience through rasa and bhava anubhav. रस और भाव के थ्रू जो है कि परफॉर्मर और ऑडियंस के बीच में रिलेशनशिप भारत मुनि बताते हैं। 8 टाइप ऑफ रसाज हैं और उनके फिर कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग भावास, दैट इज इमोशंस हैं। रसा इज एन इमोशनल स्टेट, वेरी सिंपली पुट इट मीन्स जूस एंड सेप, दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन। रसा इज यूजुअली द डोमिनेंट इमोशनल थीम थ्रू ए वर्क ऑफ आर्ट. It's a kind of delight, pleasure that we experience directly from an art, from a work of art like poetry, drama, play, dance, music, etc. Bhav means to become. It's a state of mind whose outcome is rasa. तो भाव तो ऑलरेडी माइंड में है, इमोशन, उसका जो आउटकम है दैट इज रस है। Bhav is the emotion felt by character and communicated to the audience via various dramatizations by the performer. So emotion, bhav, is felt by character. When we see the character, how he feels, whether he is fearing, whether he is loving, whether he is laughing, whether he is happy. So emotions which are felt by the character, और उस इमोशन से whatever evoked or aroused in the mind of the audience is rasaj. कि हम फिर क्या फील करते हैं? हम फील करते हैं if there is the tragedy, we feel sorry, we are sad. So that is the rush. So as per Bharata Muni, Bhava by itself is incomplete and carries no meaning without रस. रस के बिना भाव का कोई मीनिंग नहीं है. That is what Bharat Muni means to say in the theory of rasas. Okay friends, this is all for today. The introduction of the philosopher or the critic Bharat Muni Indian critic, and his writing Natya Shastra, and the theory of rasas which has been prescribed in our syllabus. In our next lecture, we shall discuss on the theory of rasas. Till then, thank you very much. Bye bye.